It does. Absolutely.
I'm all into it, right? Because you giving me all kind of kudos. Yeah. I love it.
Right.
But
bet you I fly though today.
So we got one more topic, and now this is a fun topic. I'm loving this topic, and so last night I go out to see my other actress, Patrice. She's in a stage play called Cops. And just so happens, some fellow actors, after the performance, we go out to a bar across the street. And there are 3 other actors. And I'm just talking. And it was just so perfect because I already knew this was going to be the topic for today. Just so happens to be talking to one of the male actors. And he starts talking about social media. And I said to him, as a male, because I knew I was going to talk to women. So, like, do you think, I asked him, like, do you think, like, social media has become now the new, like, dating? Like, the new internet dating? Remember we had Match.com,
yes.
Black people meet,
Christian people meet,
everybody was single.
Old people meet.
Right?
I went on
Christian mingle.
And so we can rewind. Let's talk about a little bit the dating from a long time ago. Like, remember when he called you? Right. He asked you for your number. You met him in person. Mm-hmm.
Now we're like, where they do that at?
Exactly. Right. Or when he took you on a date. Like, you come out on a date.
How about it?
Oh, I still require.
And it's not Netflix and chill.
Right. Or when he was like, that you knew it was you about to get busy, like you would get your first piece with this one, like where that was gonna be, right? Mm-hmm. So I like rewind to what it used to be and fast forward to shit is now, like DM. My sister was like,
goes down and
down. I was like, what the hell is
that? Down and DM. Direct message on Instagram.
Direct DM. Direct messaging.
Right. And so direct messaging.
Or Facebook.
Or Facebook messaging.
Or FaceTime sexting. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the variety of all kinds of sexual, intimate, how we connect. When I know your ass. But have that be the initial. That's how I meet you.
I did a Match.com date. I went on one.
Okay.
I met a guy on Match.com and I was like, oh my gosh, he is really hot. Okay. We were talking and he's like, yeah, I don't drink and blah, 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 blah. Oh my God.
Wasn't good?
No.
A waste of your time. Huh?
I mean, he was built like that and everything. But we get to, he's like, okay, I own a limousine company. And I'm like, okay, great. So, of course, he had a nice car. So I'm like, okay, so I parked my car and I think it was like the Home Depot or something where, it was a later parking and then we drove in his car to the movies. So we get there and I don't know what happened from the conversation that was on the internet based on him. He just kept holding my arm like Ray Charles and like he was so clingy and he was just like, I couldn't even, there was nothing, no semblance of the person that I had been talking to in any of his behavior. Mm-hmm. And it got so bad that I had to go to the bathroom or whatever and text somebody and say, you know what, I'm going to put my phone on the table. You need to text that there's an emergency that, sorry, grandma, and get me out of there. But it was, he was putting up a representative and he was so confident, but he had a lot of baggage and issues, which would have been cool to talk about prior to going out. But everybody, I don't believe people are being truthful because I see people that I know that I went to high school with and they're like, shoot, I'm like, girl, no, you didn't.
So their representative selves show up on social media.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what men are now hiding behind? Like
men and women.
Which is why
because social media, the internet allows you to put a layer between your true self and the person that you present. Because when you do something on social media, you can go in there and edit. You can take an hour to come up with your message. You can think through how I want to, portray myself
Photoshop.
And create a whole persona that is not as easy to do when you are focused.
But okay, so tell me the difference between social media and when, remember internet dating first came out? I mean, it was you had to kind of do all that. But you spoke a lot more words, right? You had to do like a profile.
See, now you do emotions. What are those little
Emoji
symbols?
comments.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you
it's
so you
crazy.
find so they don't have to put as much work into it, any much effort. The guy told me last night about
It's
Bumble.
lies.
Bumble. You guys heard of Bumble? That's a new social media thing. It's like Tinder. You heard of that?
I don't do any.
Well, I've been on Tinder, and it's funny that I actually dated a guy from Tinder, but he was a guy I ended up knowing from college. So I felt comfortable. But there were plenty of guys in my inbox from Tinder. You will meet 10, 15, 20 people a day. That's not realistic. If you were out dating, you would not meet 10, 15, 20 people a day. You just wouldn't. And so I felt like it was too much for me to keep up with conversations and who I told what to. And oh yeah, I told you I went to this school. It was just too much. I couldn't keep up with it. But I did find that I wasn't too comfortable with it. And the guy that I ended up dating, two guys, one ended up being a frat brother that I was like, oh, okay, you know him from such and such school? Okay, that's cool. He legit. And the other guy that I actually ended up dating for quite some time, we went to college together. And he was like, you need to get off of this right now. Let me tell you why. Because we think that girls on here are just out looking for a booty call and this, that, and the third. And he had a whole nother perception of what he felt about women being on there. He was on there. But he's a man. But exactly, it was a perception of what the women were looking for, and he's like, you need to get off.
So what did he feel the women were looking for?
A booty call. They were thirsty.
And what were the men looking for?
The same.
But it's okay. It's validated for them. But it is. It's a lot of stuff that's double standard, especially with the online
I've
dating.
also had girlfriends who have successfully dated.
Absolutely.
On Tinder?
On
Not Tinder.
Any dating.
Dating site.
Okay, just in general.
But I feel for me, and I tried it for all the reasons. I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
not.
for me.
You'd rather meet him in person.
I'd rather meet him in person. I'd rather meet. It's a lot of work. It's people aren't honest, and this is just my experience. Even though the reason I got on there, my girlfriends were like, "That's where I met so and so," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll try it." And let me tell you, I dated. Initially, I got a lot of dates, and it was so much fun. Because my kids were gone. I had just moved to the city, and I loved it. But what I realized after a while, these were all first dates, and I was meeting too many people with a lot of stuff that I didn't want to deal with. You know what I mean? And a lot of people lie. And one thing I noticed with guys, and I'm 5'8", okay?
Women, when you put your height down,
age and their height.
you measure your height. When men put theirs down, go 2 inches lower than what they were.
I learned that the hard way. I'm like, okay, I'm 5'8" with my shoes off, okay? I'm 5'8", and you see this person.
But you know what? I will say this. I think it's a little bit different when you're on an actual dating site and then regular or social media. Yeah, because I have connected with people in different groups that I'm in Facebook and where you have mutual friends of friends and you know that these people are legitimately real people. So no, like they're friends of friends. You know that they are real people and they look like the pictures that they're posting, and you're in the group with these people. So you're sharing some ups, some downs, some intimate moments, and you're really having some deep conversations in some of these groups. Connecting with an individual in there is a little bit different because your intent is not to date them. It's just you just happen to connect with an individual that maybe thinks the same way or is commenting. Yes.
How many others agree with that?
I
You feel a little bit more secure.
If I know my friend knows you, or if I always look to see how many mutual friends we have, and then I go ask them, girl, you know such and such. Oh yeah, that's my homeboy. So So I feel a lot more comfortable with that. I feel like online dating is more quantity over quality. You're going to get some good dates, some good meals, and some good wine and all of that, and wine flights and everything. But it's a lot of quantity. It's no quality there because, and like I said, you're not meeting 10, 15 people in a week.
It's a lot.
I personally think that social media is so detrimental to marriages. I really feel like Facebook, Twitter, because the stimulation of that men are men, women I guess the same thing too. Yeah, we all, and so you're seeing all of this, and like I think someone was saying, you're not going to see that many people in your regular life. So the I guess the institution of marriage is really at a disadvantage because of social media. Because now, okay, I know Tawana, but I didn't know Tawana was built like that. And I just saw her.
But guess what? Tawana is not built like that. That's the filter. You get what I'm saying? So then your husband is fantasizing on someone who does not have a stretch mark on her body, and her skin is perfect, and her hips are proportionate. And guess what? In real life, she does not even look like that. You ruined your marriage over something that's not even real. So you're right.
Not only that, it's just the thought.
He or she should not, I've heard this before, I'm just asking everybody's opinion, that he or she should not, if you're married, you should not be on social media?
I would say that.
I think you can. I've been married for almost 28 years now. So I have Facebook, my husband doesn't.
Exactly. Same.
So, and it works that way. But we can sit together and we'll both look at Facebook, my Facebook together. But he's just not interested in it.
That's good.
I've actually reconnected with old boyfriends on there, and I've sat with him together where we'll look at him like, oh, you're lucky you didn't marry that one. That one. So we'll sit there and we'll comment, but I think it works. It has to be a mutual respect, and you sit there together. I don't see a problem with it. Now, if you're sitting there looking for something, then that's a different story.
That's right, because I believe social media just offers another opportunity.
And so does life.
It is not right. It is not evil in and of itself.
The inbox messages I get from a lot of people's husbands, and I always go to see if their wives are connected. A lot of women would be mortified.
Oh my God.
That inbox messages like, oh, that's a nice picture, this, that. When it comes to my inbox, so I put a message out stating the next message I get
I'm sending it
from
to her.
somebody, and you send me another message, I'm
wife.
sending this feed back home. Or why can't you compliment me on the picture that I took?
Right.
Why are you sending me an inbox message to compliment the picture?
But I think it's so when someone said, the person you become when you win the billions is the same person you are before. So it's the same thing. If you have a mentality to cheat, you have a mentality. Right.
Whether it's
Facebook or
It doesn't matter the vehicle. Right. It doesn't matter the vehicle. You're still going to do it. So
that's the same guy that will sneak into the kitchen at your dinner party and try to step up to you and say, "Oh, you really look nice tonight."
That's
When
the
you wouldn't say it in front of everybody else.
That's the same person. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
That's the same person. So it doesn't. It's just another vehicle.
matter.
Yeah. It doesn't
It's more
matter.
opportunity.
Because I learned that women are doing it to the men too.
Of course.
Women sending panties and naked
They ain't gotta
vaginas.
sit and they advertise
Vaginas and stuff.
That's their profile.
The women do that. Yeah.
You can have whoever you want as your friend, okay, and you can block people. If you
I love the black.
Well, I had to do that because actually someone's husband sent me a message about how beautiful I was looking, and I said, you could have put that underneath the picture. And I ended up deleting him because I don't want any problems. You know what I mean? But they do that a lot, and it's sneaky. And it's just like your wife can go through and check your inbox. I've had friends that have got caught up doing stuff, posting messages, with the messenger, which is something separate now.
I don't use it.
well, it's a separate app that you can actually download to your phone. The
but
Messenger.
what you're saying is it's the same man that would be
Yeah,
here
yeah.
and
When he had the opportunity and let a window just slightly open, he would absolutely sneak into the room and say, you know what, you really looking good tonight. He absolutely would.
Yeah.
And I actually had this same example. I actually had to bring it up in front of the woman who happened to be my sorority sister. And I was just like, yeah, he is always sending these messages.
Okay, so that's the juice, everyone. Thank you for joining Talking Shit with LSH and the Baddies. You've just been unleashed. Now go unleash a few more baddies in the world. Peace.